Others are fast-moving.
Unlike other big rallies,
Bit earlier at about 7 a.m., a group from the Coast Guard.
Welcome to #PH Vote 2013.
Today on Rappler, 1,400 bodies are still unburied nearly 2 months after Typhoon Yolanda. The government says it's speeding up the burials. Meralco tells customers to disregard their December bills after the Supreme Court temporarily stopped its power rate hike. And injuries from firecrackers during the New Year celebrations rise to 804. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Nearly 2 months after Super Typhoon Haiyan, Yolanda in the Philippines hit central Visayas, the government says it's working to speed up the burial of 1,400 bodies still lying in the farming village of San Isidro in Tacloban City. Communications Secretary Sunny Coloma says the National Bureau of Investigation, the NBI, the Health Department, and the Public Works Department are working with the Tacloban City government to organize the burials. Coloma says identifying the bodies is causing the delay. The super typhoon killed at least 6,155 people when it hit the Philippines on November 8th. Power distributor Manila Electric Company, or Meralco, asks its customers to disregard their December 2013 bills after the Supreme Court temporarily stopped its power rate hike. The court stopped the planned 4 peso and 15 centavos per kilowatt-hour rate hike following charges of collusion among power plants that went on unscheduled outages. The shutdowns forced Meralco to source power from plants that run on diesel, which is more expensive than natural gas. For unpaid bills dated December 4 to 22, customers have 2 options. They can pay the amounts they were billed in November, or they can pay their December bill if it's lower than the November amount. Meralco says the rates in bills dated December 23 onwards already comply with the temporary restraining order. The company says it will make adjustments for customers who already paid their December bills. Meralco says 70%, or about 3.5 million of its customers, already got their December bills when the Supreme Court issued the TRO. The price hike prompted lawmakers to call for a review of the energy industry. The Department of Energy, Department of Justice, and Congress are all investigating the power rate hike. Fireworks-related injuries during the New Year celebrations reach 804 cases as of Thursday. So far, the tally is about 10% lower than the 894 injuries recorded in the same period last year. Assistant Health Secretary Eric Tayag says that of the cases, 306 of them are caused by the banned firecracker Piccolo. The Philippine National Police says at least 30 people are hit by stray bullets. Among the victims of the New Year celebrations is a 16-year-old male bystander from Quezon City who lost his left eye because of the firecracker Quiteles. Earlier, a 3-month-old baby from Ilocos Sur was killed by stray bullets. The Health Department is expected to provide the final tally of New Year injuries on January 5. With the increasing number of cases, Malacanang backs the proposal of Health Secretary Enrique Ona to ban the individual use of firecrackers. Communications Secretary Sunny Coloma says the palace is exploring alternative solutions like holding community fireworks displays and allowing only the production of safe firecrackers. President Benigno Aquino signs a 14.6 billion pesos supplemental budget for disaster rehabilitation and reconstruction programs. This is in addition to the calamity funds approved in the 2.265 trillion peso budget for 2014. The amount will be used to rehabilitate areas affected by Typhoon Yolanda and previous disasters like the earthquake in Bohol and Cebu and the Zamboanga City siege. Communications Secretary Sunny Coloma says the government continues to help areas hit by Yolanda through its recovery and rehabilitation plan. The amount will come from lawmakers' remaining pork barrel for 2013, which effectively turned into savings after the Supreme Court declared it unconstitutional. Myanmar President Thein Sein reports moves to change the country's constitution to allow opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi to run for president. On Thursday, he says debate about revising the charter shows increasing political maturity. He adds, "I believe that a healthy constitution must be amended from time to address the national economic and social needs of our society." Tensane says he supports amending provisions which exclude anyone whose spouse or children are overseas citizens from becoming president, a clause widely believed to be targeted at Suu Kyi, whose 2 sons are British. Myanmar is preparing for the 2015 parliamentary elections, seen as a definitive test of whether the military is willing to loosen its grip on power. The country's president is selected by the legislature. Suu Kyi spent 15 years in house arrest under military rule before she was freed after elections in 2010. A parliamentary panel is reviewing the constitution and is expected to report its recommendations at the end of January. The Syrian Electronic Army Group hacked Skype's social media accounts Wednesday to accuse Microsoft of spying on user data. The group posts a message on the Twitter account of Microsoft-owned Skype, telling users not to use Microsoft email services like Hotmail and Outlook. It adds, "They are monitoring your accounts and selling the data to the governments. More details soon." It was posted around 10:30 GMT but removed less than 2 hours later. Tech blogs also report the Skype blog had the headline, "Hacked by Syrian Electronic Army, Stop Spying." The Syrian Electronic Army previously hacked accounts of the New York Times, Agence France Presse, and other media organizations. The group's latest attack appears to be linked to the PRISM surveillance program of the U.S. National Security Agency, or NSA. The program allegedly gave the NSA access to the world's top internet companies, including Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, Yahoo, and Skype. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 3, the Palestinian ambassador to the Czech Republic, Jamal al-Jamal, is killed by an explosion in his Prague residence. The Palestinian Foreign Ministry says the blast happened Wednesday morning as Jamal opened a safe which was brought from the previous embassy building. At number 8, marijuana users celebrate Wednesday as Colorado becomes the first U.S. state to allow retail cannabis sales. Colorado issues 348 retail licenses, allowing shops to sell up to 28 grams of pot to people aged 21 or older. Washington State on the Pacific Coast will follow Colorado several months from now when it also allows stores to begin selling cannabis. Colorado and Washington legalized recreational consumption of the drug in November 2012 referendums. And at number 9, German racing legend Michael Schumacher is in stable condition Wednesday but remains in an induced coma. He spends a 3rd night in a hospital after sustaining severe injuries when he fell and hit his head on a rock in a skiing accident in the French Alps on Sunday. Doctors say he remains in intensive care but shows signs of improvement. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page that crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have affected our readers and viewers the most emotionally. If you take a look, these 10 stories have gotten the most number of votes on their mood meters. Let's take a look today. We have, this is interesting, a story by Rappler's Pat Evangelista, After Haiyan, No Man Left Behind. Really a story about the more than 1,400 bodies that are still left unburied. You see 22% sad and a whopping 70% angry. But even then you see this small purple, 2% annoyed. That brings out the story that has the most number of votes in the last 24 hours. A movie review of an MMFF film, My Little Bossings, The Horrible Business of Show Business. Pretty mixed range, but 54% are annoyed, bringing out the mood of the day. Today, most people are annoyed. The last day of 2013, people were angry. The first and second day of 2014, most people are annoyed. Let's hope that changes to more green in the coming days. That is Rappler's Newscast for today, Thursday, January 2, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.